Hello and welcome to CX Today. My name is Charlie and today I'm delighted to be joined by Amy Roberge, Head of Global Contact Center Solution Engineering at Zoom. Amy, it's great to have you join us. How are you today?
Doing so well. Thanks, Charlie. So happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, yeah, it's great to have you and I'm really excited to discuss Zoom's new CCaaS packages. Well, I say new, announced in December packages. And this was kind of one of the big talking points of a webinar that Zoom had recently recorded with us. So I'll quickly break these three packages down just for our viewers. So there are three of these packages. The first is the Essentials package. This comes at $69 per month and includes omnichannel voice, chat, SMS, video, alongside remote control, privacy, and security capabilities. Zoom AI Companion, which is a great tool, and much more. Then there's a premium package, which starts at $99 a month. And in addition to all of the Essentials packages features, this adds email, numerous social channels, and an outbound dialer too. And finally, there's an Elite package, and that's available at $149 per month. And that adds Zoom's new workforce engagement management suite, Zoom AI Expert Assist, and much more. So I guess my first question to you now, Amy, would be kind of, can you tell us a bit about why Zoom kind of chose to move to this structure and how this will help contact centers ultimately save money?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're really excited to have these new packages available to our customers. And of the customers I've spoken to, they're very excited too. Just to give folks context, we're moving from a single package to these three-tiered bundles, and not just these three-tiered bundles. We've also made them mix and match, which we can talk a little bit more about. And we also have some of these capabilities available as part of a bundle, but also as add-ons. So we're really trying to give our customers the most flexibility they can want by also providing them as much value in each of the bundles as possible. That's sort of like a Zoom philosophical thing that we try to do, provide our customers with as much value as possible within the solution. So I think when I've talked to customers and for myself as well, kind of having been in the industry, there's three real big things that people are excited about around these bundles. One, I think the inclusion of digital channels and advanced security features in the Essentials or base bundle is a big deal. For a lot of other platforms, a lot of other capabilities, digital and security and AI, those things are add-ons. And so to have them in the Essentials based bundles allows our customers to take advantage of those sorts of capabilities without having to find additional budget, which is really important. So the second thing is AI across all bundles. So at Zoom, we believe that AI is for everyone, that everyone can derive value from AI capabilities. And so we wanted to make sure that every single bundle that we had the power of AI within it. And this is another one, like digital channels like chat SMS, that typically is an added cost, but it's also an added cost that hasn't yet proved an ROI for many of our customers. So it's sort of hard to justify paying extra for AI when you don't know what value it's going to bring to your contact center. So we're going to give it to our customers across all bundles. And it brings money saving capabilities, like it brings additional productivity, it brings enhanced self-service capabilities that are going to save our customers money, but we're providing it at no additional cost, which ultimately another money saver. And then I think the final thing that customers are excited about, the third thing, is this ability to mix and match the bundles. So maybe a scenario for you. Let's say that you have a team of, maybe you have 1,100 agents across your organization. 100 of those agents really need the elite capabilities. They really need to use things like email and quality management and workforce management. But then you have 1,000 agents within your organization that really only need the Essentials bundle. You can actually buy 100 elite licenses and 1,000 Essentials licenses and just apply them as needed. So you no longer need to sort of find that highest common denominator for your contact center, for your business. And this means huge cost savings for our customers. And it means flexibility so that they can give the advanced capabilities, the elite capabilities, as we refer to them, to the teams that need them without having to spend for elite capabilities across their whole organizations. And the add-ons add value here too. So if you have certain teams that could really benefit from expert assist type capabilities, you can actually add on those capabilities and buy licenses just for those agents rather than having to do it for your whole organization.
Yeah, I think there's lots of really kind of fascinating threads to pull out in there. I think first of all, that kind of mix and match capability, as you mentioned, is huge. I mean, if you take kind of a kind of traditional CCaaS player, they'll kind of have one agency price, and now a lot of contact centers are evolving so that they want people outside of the contact center just to handle a couple of calls which they have specialist knowledge on, and they don't need, as you're saying, kind of all of those features. They just kind of need the basic communication tools. So I think this package is very forward thinking and kind of shows Zoom's very much in kind of tandem with the direction that the market and the contact center space is heading into these kind of more informal contact centers too. And then I think also the point where was very good, kind of it was a crucial point that you can add on things. So if you want the essentials package, but maybe you do want certain personnel to have kind of the expert assist, so they can kind of, so I don't know, every conversation is summarized too, because that's kind of a capability within the agent assist, and you can more accurately detect customer intents across the whole kind of customer contact center landscape. That's very possible too. So I think this is a really kind of great packaging structure, and I can just see so many benefits to that. But I don't know if there's anything kind of you want to add to that about kind of what these packages tell us about how contact center operations are changing.
Yeah, no. So like I said, we're very excited, and we think that our packages are aligned to what customers want and what customers need. And ultimately, right, what customers need is what they need to manage their operations. So I think for me, the big things that these packages sort of indicate or point to is that digital channels are a must have, not a nice to have anymore. Even the contact center customers that I speak to that are on other platforms today and that are voice only, they're thinking about digital. They want to move to digital. And so it really is something that's sort of baseline, essential, and not just nice to have. So that's why we've included SMS chat and even video in our essentials bundle. So that's one thing. And then I think the other thing that I see a lot more often now when I'm speaking to companies and customers is they're looking to experiment more than ever before. They want to try out some new capabilities, new channels. They want to try out AI, and they want to do it at a smaller scale before deploying it more broadly. And so by baking different channels and capabilities into our bundles, we're actually allowing our customers to turn on new channels or new capabilities without having to find additional budget. So that's always the problem with experimentation, right? You want to try something, but you have to justify an ROI before you can try it so that you can find the budget for it. Not the case with the way that we've designed our bundles. And again, that's something that aligns well with what I'm hearing from contact center operational leaders and what they want. And then I think the other thing that I would call out is that contact centers, I think we know, aren't one size fits all. And within even a single company, you'll find different lines of businesses that are serving different customers that have different needs. To your point about even back office folks who might need contact center capabilities, but aren't a true kind of traditional contact center that needs all of the bells and whistles. And because our customers, so contact center customers, our customers for Zoom, their expectations have never been higher. All of those contact center, all of those customer facing teams really need to have the right set of capabilities to serve those high customer expectations, those high customer demands. And kind of along those lines, I know AI I've mentioned a lot already, but it's really key to Zoom's strategy here. We're excited that we can help customers meet those high customer expectations through capabilities like AI, again, even in our essentials package. So one of the things that you mentioned was summarization. We actually include interaction summarization in our base essentials package as part of AI Companion. And when you think about customer expectations and being high, what do customers not want to do? Have to repeat themselves, have to deal with a company that doesn't know why they called in previously or what's going on with them. And so we think these AI generated interaction summaries will help contact centers, but make their customers' experiences infinitely better just with a little feature like interaction summarization.
Yeah, it is a little feature, as you kind of said, but like as you also alluded to, it's so powerful. And kind of one of the other big topics that came out of the previous Zoom webinar was kind of just how few contact centers are omni-channel. And when you kind of think about what the kind of what's holding contact centers back from achieving omni-channel, it's not having kind of the context flow from one interaction on one channel to the next. Yet, kind of just with a summarization that kind of travels from one channel to the next, the agent has that context, and that's a huge omni-channel barrier that Zoom can help to kind of just I don't want to say wipe away because it's more complicated than that, but it's kind of a huge step forwards. I do kind of want to just double down on this omni-channel point there because it's such a big talking point in the contact center space. Why do you think still that only kind of a third of contact centers are omni-channel, and what else is kind of Zoom doing kind of alongside these packages and new kind of AI tools to disrupt the current status quo in the contact center space?
Yeah, I think when you hear stats like that, it's always surprising, right? Because in our personal lives, we're using so many different channels, we're using messaging, we're using video. And so to hear that contact centers are not even in some cases using digital channels is quite staggering. But it is true. So I talk with a lot of contact center potential customers of Zoom that are still voice only. And let's be totally clear. Voice is and will always be a key channel for contact center. Some conversations and situations are just better handled verbally. And actually at Zoom, we believe that there are some conversations and situations that are just handled better over video and using things like screen sharing and visual, facial clues and things like that. So that's always going to be an important channel. But as surprising as it might be, some contact centers are still voice only. They haven't even brought additional channels into the fold because they've just had some barriers that they can't overcome around adding digital channels, not even true omni-channel, but just adding digital channels. One of those barriers has been cost, right? As I mentioned before, you have to buy a whole different package and a whole different license for a lot of contact center solutions to get those digital capabilities. That's additional budget. And especially in today's macroeconomic climate, finding additional budget can be hard to justify. So again, we want to bring those digital channels to our customers so they just have them and can use them and remove that barrier that's been out there for them. But I think another barrier to contact centers achieving true omni-channel has been technology. So a lot of contact centers that I speak to, they've added digital channels, but they've sort of done it as an add-on or a bolt-on to legacy technology stacks, where they might have a whole separate application, whole separate team who's just doing digital that's very siloed and separate from their voice team. And so, okay, that does expand the way that customers can reach them because now they can use things like chat, but it isn't integrated, right? So multi-channel is having multiple channels, but the true integration across channels is where you get to omni-channel. And so what we've done at Zoom is we've built a single modern cloud platform. And with that, we've enabled true omni-channel capabilities. So connected channels where you can move seamlessly across channels and all of the information can be passed through channels. And so with Zoom, our customers are able to not only justify the price for digital channels easily, but be able to simply and effectively implement many, many channels that are seamlessly connected to create those seamless experiences for their customers. And operationally, it really helps, right? Because then actually our customers can see trends across channels. They have insight into issues that might arise. And it ultimately makes your contact center more intelligent as well when you're able to move to this omni-channel world versus a disjointed multi-channel world. And again, at the end of the day, contact centers exist to serve customers. And so omni-channel, I believe, is how we truly serve customers in the best way.
Yeah, I think there's lots of interesting points there. I do want to kind of go back on a couple. I mean, the one of kind of different teams kind of operating across different channels is very siloed from other teams is very interesting. And also kind of there was kind of a phase maybe 5-10 years ago when a lot of contact centers started adding maybe channels like WhatsApp, and then they siloed that off from the rest of the contact center from a technology perspective too. And while that kind of worked well at the start, when they kind of wanted to evolve their contact center and experiment a bit more, that data stayed very much isolated. And that brought up across huge problems, and as they kind of moved in forwards in future projects with omnichannel, and that still is another barrier today. So kind of having all these channels on one platform is so important. And it's not only kind of the core kind of channels that we're used to now and kind of the emerging channels from Instagram, TikTok, and all these social channels that you can put on one platform. There's also kind of Zoom's taking it further with its new contact center kiosk feature. And this is kind of taking the concept of omnichannel further from my perspective too. Could you maybe tell us a little bit about this innovation too, Amy?
Yeah, so maybe comes as no surprise that we as Zoom believe that video is a key channel for contact centers. And contact center kiosk is a really interesting one, because we talked a little bit about extending kind of the contact center. And I think this is another one that extends your contact center and extends how customers might think about contact center. So basically, our Zoom Contact Center Kiosk solution allows our customers to create a presence in places where their agents or experts might not be physically located, but create that presence where with a single click, a customer can connect via video to our agents or experts. And we can do really slick things with this solution too, not only just make a video connection, but do things like push videos to customers while they're waiting. We call it our multimedia waiting room. We can push documents, we can push other content, and then we can also sort of connect third-party solutions to the kiosk as well, creating this really innovative capability that our customers can leverage. I think sometimes the best way to describe a solution, though, is to share some customer use cases to really bring it to life. So I have 3 that I want to share with you today. So one is actually a cosmetics startup. So a cosmetics company that uses this technology to connect remote skincare experts to customers that they have in their stores. So they have a retail storefront, but they don't have enough experts in the right locations to have one present at each of these stores. So instead, they use the kiosk solution, and their customers show up at the store, they click a button, and they're connected to an expert who can help them get personalized skincare advice through video. So really cool, interesting use case that you might not have thought of. It's kind of completely different vertical. We also have another customer in healthcare. And so this healthcare customer uses the video kiosk to actually deliver remote eye exams, which is a little bit mind-boggling for me, honestly. So what they've done is actually connected eye scanning devices to the kiosk solution. And so what happens is when a person comes in for their eye exam, there is a local staffer that kind of sets them up. But then they're ultimately, through the kiosk, routed to a team of doctors. And the next available doctor helps the customer with their eye exam. And the doctor can actually remotely control the eye scanning device as well, so that they can perform this exam. So it's allowing them to take their team of doctors and deliver the best service to all of these remote customers or patients of theirs. And then maybe the last one I'll share with you is maybe a more traditional use case that you might think about when you think about video kiosks. And it's for a financial services customer. And this financial services customer leverages our video kiosk in their branch offices where they don't have financial experts, right? So when a customer comes in and they want to talk to a specific type of financial expert, they can access the Zoom video kiosk to connect to the right expert who might be anywhere in the world, but ultimately they're getting an in-person experience through video and getting the answers to their question in their local branch. I think what's really compelling about the solution too is it just works. It's not like this clunky legacy add-on solution. It's just inherently part of the Zoom platform. Agents or doctors or skincare experts, they handle these interactions just like they would any other channel within the Zoom agent desktop. And so it's really native to the platform. It's a really low lift to set up. It's easy to collect metrics and things like that on, all built on the Zoom platform. And I personally am very excited to see how our customers continue to leverage this technology in use cases even beyond the ones I've shared today.
Yeah, yeah, I really love that example because it's very different to what a lot of other kind of CCaaS vendors are doing, and plus you're by kind of having the kiosks there, you're also kind of taking in kind of new data into the contact center ecosystem, funneling that into the CRM, and that kind of gives an even kind of, they say, a 360 degree view of the customer. That kind of gives kind of a more comprehensive view of the customer too. And I think that's really valuable, especially in this kind of age of AI, where we're going to need kind of a lot of this data to kind of power new models. I think it's very exciting and just, yeah, great innovation all around. So, but I think we've covered lots of great stuff there, from the kind of CCaaS packages to kind of Zoom's omni-channel contact center momentum. So maybe that's a great place to end today's conversation. But thank you very much for joining me today, Amy.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. And also thanks to everybody for watching. Bye for now.